Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you all are doing good. The mega encounter, the biggest clash in football history, is going to be played in a matter of hours, and this is a game where the players and the fans absolutely want to win. Each year we fight out our rivals for the precious bragging rights, and of course the match has a different feel about itself. The passion, the drive the occasion gives to the players often gets the best out of them, and in recent times we can see Real Madrid have had a very good run in the mega clash. We have emerged victorious under the stewardship of Zinedine Zidane, and Carlo Ancelotti here has to continue the winning streak that Real Madrid have over the Catalan giants. We would be looking for another victory at the Camp Nou. We certainly are the team going into the match with better momentum. We've had a better start to the season. We are the team in better shape, and most importantly, we are the team banging in the goals. So most certainly the odds are heavily in our favour when it comes to Sunday's clash. We may put the final nail in Ronald Koeman's managerial career with Barcelona, but we can't be overconfident here. Barcelona have suffered a lot, and we will talk about the hardships Barcelona have gone through in the subsequent minutes. But we have to remember, the Clasico is such an occasion which at times you have to see in isolation altogether. Sometimes it doesn't matter which team has the better form going into the match. Sometimes it's all about how the players are feeling on that particular day. And remember the previous season when we travelled to the Camp Nou, Barcelona was the team heading into the game with a 5-0 win over the UCL rivals Ferencvaros. They were banging in the goals for fun at that point of time, but when the Clasico came, Real Madrid outclassed Barcelona in their home turf, and we were the deserved winners on the night. So what I would say here is that we must be confident, we must have the swagger, but at the same time we must have the humility and mutual respect for the opposition. So in this video we'll do the pre-match analysis of Barcelona versus Real Madrid. We'll talk about what we can expect from the Barcelona side and what are the threats that Real Madrid should be wary of. We'll cover all of that, and without further ado, let's get started. And starting by talking a bit about the season that Barcelona have had until now, we can say not many things are going great for the Catalan outfit. Obviously, they received a mammoth blow early on in the season when they lost the talisman, and without the presence, no doubt, Barcelona have lost a lot of the fear factor that made the opposition have a more cautious approach in the game. And if we are to be honest, this is the worst Barcelona side in the past 15 years. In recent years, they have let go some massive names in world football. The famous attacking trio is gone. The midfield maestros, which were the foundation pillars of the great Barcelona side, they are gone too, and the ones that remain from that dominant side are well past their prime. So yes, Barcelona have fallen from grace. A few years back, it would have been difficult to anticipate that the downfall would be so quick, but they had one meaningless signing after another. They spent money like they had a money printing machine in their own backyard, and today the club is literally struggling to stay relevant as a footballing powerhouse. But moving on from the short and sweet introduction on Barcelona, let's talk about how they have fared in the current season. They've had to stay put with Ronald Koeman for yet another season because apparently they didn't have enough money to sack him. There were verbal fights going on between the coach and the president, and when all of this is happening off the pitch, you can't expect things to be rosy on the pitch. They drew against Athletic, they had another embarrassing defeat against Bayern Munich, and after more draws, they lost 3-0 against Benfica away from home, which kept piling on the embarrassment. And watching these games, I think there is a general understanding that Ronald Koeman on the tactical side is a manager with limits. We do see that in many games Koeman comes out with a plan. He tries to work different things out on the pitch with different players as well, but I truly think that the issue with him is that when the game goes on, when the opposition manager finds out the way to deal with Koeman's tactics, he doesn't seem to have a response at all. He looks particularly out of depth with his in-game management, and as a result, Barcelona struggle to get back in games once they go behind. So that is an area that I think Ronald Koeman as a coach has to improve upon, and yes, having some quality players in the squad does help the cause of the manager, but as Ernesto Valverde used to say, it is what it is. Ronald Koeman has to work with what he has. There are of course some budding stars. The acquisition of Memphis Depay in the summer looks to be one of the better signings that Barcelona had in a long time, and if there is one man that Barcelona fans have a lot of hope from, if there is one man that Barcelona sees as a glimmer of hope at the end of a long and dark tunnel, it's Ansu Fati, whom the Catalans are expecting to be the next big thing. You could see the reaction that the crowd generates. Recently in the game versus Dinamo, he came off the bench and you could see the cheers and the support that the kid got when he came on. So it does seem like Barcelona are banking on Ansu Fati to carry the attacking burden of the side, and why not? He has shown some good football since breaking out on the scene, especially before the injury. He was making headlines left, right and centre. He was getting goals for Barca, he was getting goals for the Spanish national team. All these performances led to a natural rise in expectations, and if Ansu Fati can replicate the same form that he had pre-injury, Barcelona would be counting the lucky stars and would be relieved to have a decent forward for the season. He does look like a good attacker, he has good finishing skills, he seems to pop up in the right place, and surely Ronald Koeman has to play him against Madrid if he's serious about putting up a decent fight. But moving on, if we continue speaking about the attack of Barcelona, they have Kun Aguero, who also recently returned from injury. He hasn't been much involved for Barcelona, and the other attacker that they have is Luke de Jong, who hasn't managed to get into the good graces of Barcelona fans. So I don't think he'll be starting, but I would also like to put forward the recent tactical changes that Ronald Koeman has tried out. In the past 2 games, he played the right back Serginho Dest on the right wing, and that did work very well against Valencia. I didn't think that he was very effective in the game against Dinamo, but let's be honest, the game against Dinamo was one of the most boring games that I have ever seen. It wasn't pretty, and Barcelona got a goal through Gerard Piqué to seal a very important win. The Barcelona fans were very relieved to get the 3 points after the disastrous start in the UCL, but coming back to Dest, him playing in the right wing position is surely something that we can expect from Ronald Koeman. They don't really have many options, so he and Oscar Mingueza or Sergio Roberto can be the duo which would attempt to threaten Madrid from the right. As for Madrid, I would expect Mendy to be more than enough to deal with these players. He looked good against Shakhtar, and let's hope he will at least show a similar level against Barcelona as well. And moving on to the Barcelona midfield, they have Pedri Gonzalez, one of the rising stars out of the game. We can expect the likes of Frenkie de Jong, Sergio Busquets and Gavi in the midfield. It's interesting to note that Barcelona in the game against Atletico used the tactic of keeping more men in the midfield to attempt to control the game, but Luis Suarez clearly had some other ideas there. And one of the criticisms that Barcelona squad often gets is that they may have the ball, but there are too many sideways and meaningless passes. The ball progression from the midfield to attack isn't that great, and that is definitely one thing that Barcelona would hope to improve against Madrid. We also have to note last year Ronald Koeman used Frenkie de Jong as a surprise element in the game. He used to make those darting runs into the penalty box, which used to catch the opposition off guard. He used to get rid of the marker, and Barcelona did score a few very important goals using that tactic. So we also have to be careful of that, and last but not the least, one of the most important elements of this Barcelona squad is Jordi Alba. He has been one of the primary attacking outlets from the left. He has been one of the better players in the side this season, and Barcelona again would be heavily reliant on him to work things out in attack. We have to be careful of the overlapping runs that he so often makes, and if we are to go by what we have seen from Barcelona, when the things aren't smooth sailing, they do have the tendency to push forward the defenders, making desperate attempts to get a breakthrough. We have seen Ronald Araujo and Gerard Piqué bailing out the Catalan outfit, so again, we may get to see Jordi Alba putting in some good crosses, attempting to find the big defenders. Probably Clement Longley will partner Gerard Piqué in defense. Ronald Araujo and Eric Garcia are going to be unavailable for the game, so it would be very important that Alaba and Militao would be absolutely ready to deal with the crosses that would come in from the wings. They have to be brave to get their heads to the ball. They have to be well positioned to deal with the counters as well, and it would be interesting to see who Carlo Ancelotti picks in the right back position. Will it be one of Nacho, Vasquez and Carvajal, or will it be Valverde? I definitely oppose the latter, but yes, that is one option that Ancelotti also has in hand. So we have got an idea about the opposition that we have to face, and tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I will be giving you the match preview video. We'll go through the words of Carlo Ancelotti there, and we'll also do the match predictions. But in the meanwhile, do let me know what are your thoughts when you see the current Barcelona squad going up against the Los Blancos. Who do you think would be the key threats that Madrid have to take care of? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Glory to Madrid, and as always, a la Madrid.